So it looks like the tree has almost eaten the whole no contact hazardous substances sign that's been here since before we were able to get any kind of attention on cleaning up Ruddiman Creek. You know, now we can't get it out of the tree.
For areas of concern, the story really took off in the early to mid-1980s. But of course, that was before there was an environmental protection agency or before there were many environmental regulations regulating the discharge of the byproducts of the industrial processes. So they would be dumped into a lake or they would be put in a pipe and sent down into a river with very, very little control. Eventually, in many of those towns, the industries dried up. The pollution that they had deposited did not.
The community really got energized and started meeting very regularly. We were able to work with the EPA and the state of Michigan to get the cleanup done, and that really taught the community that these types of cleanups are possible. We had problems here with not just petroleum, but also lead, because it was a historic legacy site and gasoline was leaded back when they had the bulk storage tanks here.
What their treatment system consisted of was a couple of ponds where the water would get pumped in and then they would aerate it. And that's how they were treating it, was so that we could breathe it instead of drink it. It would give you a headache, it would make you dizzy, it was that bad. Now you see clean water and you don't smell petroleum products anymore.
Well, I think because of your activism early on and then the group's ability to learn things, we were able to get on the radar of the EPA and the Great Lakes Legacy Act.
It's in everybody's interest for all of this stuff to get taken care of, and it does require federal clout and federal money to make it happen, because these are expensive propositions.
It's the federal government that has the money to distribute, and that's through the EPA and through the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. EPA is not carrying this ball by itself. It's carrying this ball along with our state partners, our federal partners, local partners, tribal partners. And if it wasn't a partnership, it wouldn't work.
We're a city in transition from an industrial to a recreational standpoint, and it wouldn't be the same transition without the help and the work that's been done.
This was all behind a big concrete wall. By removing that concrete wall and restoring the wetland behind it, we've reconnected a significant piece of wetland shoreline to Muskegon Lake, which is really important for fish and wildlife. This project is really one of the final 4 projects to delist Muskegon Lake as an area of concern. I feel like now we finally grew up and we're where we should have been probably 50 years ago.
It renovates the community in a way that people get excited again about the fact that they are waterfront communities. They are extremely excited about the impact it's had on a number of formerly sort of rundown areas. They're going to be clean, they're going to look nice, they're going to be a place that you want to go and take your family. You're going to be able to fish, boat, swim in places where you wouldn't want to have before.
I come out here all the time to do a little fishing. There's a lot of bluegill and a lot of perch in this area, but it's pretty clean. I really love it. It's a beautiful scenery.
We always come out here to fish to catch some bluegills or anything we can catch. So yeah, it's a good area to come down to.
Our motto is basically, if you clean it, they will come. So we'll go in, we'll do restoration work, we'll dig up contaminated sediment, we'll restore the habitat, and we'll make that area a place where people actually want to go. You've restored the environment, you're promoting economic development and economic growth, but I think mostly you're promoting a sense of community that was absent from that area. And I can tell you they're very excited in Muskegon, Michigan.